Hey everybody, hope you're all safe and healthy. If you're meeting for the first time, this is Srividya Gauri. I'm a nutrition, habit transformation, and weight loss coach from the 8th Element. I'm very excited to be joined by my amazing rock star Usha Kumar from Chennai. Hi, Auntie.
Hi, Srividya. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you, Auntie. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much.
So, Usha is a retired bank manager and a mom of two. She completed my program July of last year. To say a few words about Usha Auntie, she is a very dear friend and we used to work out together at the unit. Yes, you heard it right. She got into strength training in her 50s, introduced to lifting weights by her daughter Sneha, also my friend. And she's an amazing person with strong mental skills and positivity, a huge inspiration and a role model for all the younger folks around her. Um, let's chat with her to find out more about what prompted her to take this important step to invest in her health, her experience with the 8th Element program, and how she's doing now. Hi, Usha Auntie.
Hi, Srividya. Yes,
Thank you so much for joining us today.
my pleasure. My pleasure.
So, அகத்தின் அழகு முகத்துலன்னு சொல்லுவா.
Madam?
அந்த மாதிரி, you're beaming with happiness and the excitement. Even this morning when I was talking to you, I could feel it, Auntie.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Srividya. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Yes, doing very well.
Very nice to hear that, Auntie.
Yes.
So I remember if we were to trace back our journey to last year,
Yes.
it was Sneha who reached out to me last April and asked, if I could coach you.
Yeah.
It was a surprise gift from her as your retirement gift, right?
Yes.
How did you feel, Auntie?
See, firstly, Srividya, my retirement itself was a very rapid one, I should say. See, generally we are supposed to give in 3 months of notice and all that, no? Since I came out of the exit option, it was just a 15-day time. So I couldn't actually get my bearings right, and I was not able to say a good farewell to many of my colleagues, and we didn't have a formal farewell because of the COVID. So with that, this thing, I came out of the bank and I was just contemplating, oh my God, now a big thing, like I don't have to get up in the morning, do nothing. Just the whole thing just sunk in a little too late. That's when I think Sneha realized that I need to do something to offset my loneliness kind of a feel, no? So then she surprised me with this wonderful thing of putting me on to you, which made a total turnaround in my attitude. Like, I had something to look forward to each day. And if not the bank, something much more interesting, I should say, this was for me. So that way, yes, Srividya, I was so happy that this happened. The surprise is, I knew you before you. I mean, not before I could know you as a coach. I mean, that gave me a better this thing to start off, like knowing somebody familiar and who has been with you and we've worked together, trained together. So it was a wonderful opportunity for me that Sneha linked me to you. So yes, Srividya. So that was a really nice thing she did for me. Yes.
Amazing, Auntie. I'm really happy to hear that. First of all, thanks to Sneha for
Yes.
entrusting, her mom's health in my hands and say that, what, this is your job. You'll have to take care of her. And the Madri, she told me. I felt so good, very humbled by that because it shows her trust and confidence in my abilities. And you also reciprocated similar sentiments as we work together, Auntie. It was really such a beautiful experience working with you and operating in a different space.
Yes.
Or a friend அப்படிங்கிற space order, this is more a professional relationship, right? And I totally respect you because never once you overstep that line. Friend தானே அப்படின்னு ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜோ இதுவோ எதுவுமே இல்லை. You completely gave your 100% commitment to the program and whatever I was
Thank you so much.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
It came from a scientific background and you basically were very professional in your approach. I totally respect you for that, Auntie.
Oh, thank you so much, Srividya. Thank you so much. See, that was the thing. See, that is what, professionally handling somebody is different and personally knowing. See, never mix both together. That is what I feel. No, profession and personal. Keep personal aside. Professional. Only then you stand to gain, Srividya. It becomes very personal. It's difficult for the person coaching and the person receiving also, I feel. So, professionally we are different. Personally we are different. So, I always respect that also with you. You also knew exactly, like, to be very professional in your approach. So that way I can imbibe a lot from you, like, so that made it a very good thing for me to also learn a lot from you. Personally, the relations come into professional life, it becomes very difficult to handle. So that way, yes, Srividya, I would say there's a mutual admiration for both of us in that, like, we kept our profession separate and our personal friendship separate. Yes, I agree.
Thank you, Auntie. So, so I've known you for a long time, right? From the unit days, and all of us struggled together, basically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Lifting weights and sweating it out and showing up no matter what. That is something I really appreciated in you, much before you joined my program. These are your strengths. You showed up no matter what. Work or enna pressure irko, you used to show up in the morning, work out. Um, enna struggle irkato, it was very difficult initially. We were all beginners at that point in time, right? So you showed up, you made it happen. Very very strong and empowering to be around you, auntie. Totally, I was always in
Oh,
awe of
God.
that.
Give me
No matter the age, no matter the age, you had your share of troubles and
definitely.
struggles and everything that you managed, but yet
Yes.
you wanted to do this for yourself. So that was really empowering, and always you had that encouragement for other women. Or cheerleading abdina, you used to be the leader of that entire gang. நாங்க பவர் லிஃப்டிங் காம்படிஷன் போறோமோ எதுவா
Um,
இருக்கோ, you
correct.
were always behind us, auntie. I really take this opportunity to thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm so honored. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so touched, Srividya. Yes.
So, so while everything was going well for you for a long time, at least over 2 years you would have worked out, right? Two, three
Yes.
years.
Yes.
And then suddenly you had to take a break.
Great.
So I
Yes.
would like for you to share your experience with the audience, like what was going on in your life
Mm.
before you joined my program.
Before I joined. See, what was happening to me, Srividya, my basic thing was my bank pressures. You see, since working as a bank manager is not an easy task, as everybody knows. And I was commuting long distances. See, I had my house, which was in the suburbs of Chennai. It was no earlier, I was in the heart of Chennai at Adyar. Then I moved to my own place at Navalu. So the distance factor was a big factor, which was making it very difficult for me to commute to my workplace. I mean, where I used to travel to work and also to go to the gym. So I had to prioritize between work and attending the gym. So then naturally your work takes preference out. So there was absolutely no time for me to get into my regular working, which I was doing in the gym. So that became a big thing for me. And also, I was also feeling a kind too much of pressures at home also, in the sense my husband was not doing very well. No, he had some issues with his health. He was having some problem with his leg. He was not able to walk. He had some small ailments, but which needed my attention and which needed my care at that time, So we had to balance him, balance my work, and long travel hours, Srividya. See, it's not easy traveling from Navalu to Tirvanmiyur. That was my branch where I was working. So it was really hectic, and we were then migrating into different platforms, and we were having new things coming into the. So every night was a late night, 10:30, 11 we used to leave. So the whole thing, workout took a real backseat. Getting home in the traffic, how it is, driving, and there was self-driving there. So every part used to be blocked with traffic signals, and ECR and OMR are terrible to travel during peak hours. You know how it is, the Chennai scenario. So you just wait to get home and not even bother to eat straight, ஏதாவது குடிச்சிட்டு படுத்துக்கலாமான்னு தான் you used to feel like it. Because tomorrow, the next day is a long day. You have to get up early morning, do everything, rush again to work. So that way I really neglected. In retrospect, I feel I should have done something about my health, but there was absolutely no time to do that. To be very frank with you, it was work or gym. See, I needed my work more. And that time, being a branch head, it's a tougher job, So that time, that was the only reason. Work pressures were terrible for me at that time. So many targets to be done, and working as a woman, you know how it is. That's not so easy, So all those things put together, and the distance factor where my house was now relocated, all these put together, I had to really not come to the gym to work out. And also at that, beyond a time, I think even unit was shut down for some time, Joe. And I didn't know actually where to go. I was so used to only strength training. I didn't actually like to go to any other gyms and machine work and all. That was not okay for me. See, you were used to the best person. You don't want to compromise, and that's set for you. See, fortunately for me, though I started very late, as you rightly said, in my 50s, that strength training is what I always, it's my go-to. Always, so I didn't find anybody this side of the city or the town to go to, I was not very comfortable also going to somebody new, how much they'll take care and do it, no? So these factors, this is also another important factor why I was not able to work out Srividya. That was the only reason. Work and not finding time. And third is not getting the right kind of a gym for me to go and do. That was a factor. Yes.
So that kind of made you take,
Yeah.
like everything else took a back seat, and your work and your family
Yes.
took your priority,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Most
Yes.
of the time. And
That.
um, your lifestyle kind of changed.
Yes, exactly.
The last 2 years, would you say, like 2.5 years?
2.5 years on that, 2.5 years.
So, not able to eat on time.
No, no, not at all, Srividya. Everything was erratic. And there was no, see, being in the office, you never get to eat at the right time also. See, breakfast is on the go, invariably in the car, something to drink only. And once you reach office, your lunchtime is not what you can definitely do. You'll have a customer sitting inside or something. So that gets prolonged, so that is late. Evening, again, you're driving. When you're really hungry, you are driving. And you have to come home and do the whole thing yourself in the night, So you get famished. So end of the day, it's sleep or food. So you want to get your sleep, in the middle of the night, you get up hungry. So all kinds of imbalances were working in me, Srividya, mental and physical. Lot of changes were going through me, which I was not very happy about, but I couldn't help it also. So that was a moment situation I was actually going through,
So kind of at your peak in terms of all the pressures and everything, right, in your life, to say.
Yes.
When you joined my program, it was kind of at its peak.
Yeah, very much. Because as you rightly said, I left 2.5 years and I was apprehensive, Srividya, to start all over again. See, your body should be willing. See, 2 years, see, nowadays, even now, especially, even if a day I don't do my workouts, I feel like I'm not fine. I feel that I should do, and I feel good if I do it only. So imagine 2 years, 2.5 years, even your postures, everything. You don't remember, no, Srividya. See, we don't have a video or something which you can replay and see and do, and you're scared. See, as you cross up, for me, it's not aesthetics which matters, Srividya. It's my strength which I want, core strength, and to be strong and to be healthy. These are the only two objectives: be strong and healthy. So when you do something wrong, you don't want to bear the consequences of doing something wrong and then being confined to bed for a long time, God forbid. And today health is everything, So these were my fears, So how would I go about it, So that was, yes, what you rightly said. I was at my peak of everything at that time. Yeah, correct.
So, Auntie, you joined my program. What were your expectations about the program when you joined, and did that change during the course of the program?
When I first joined Srividya, I was like a clean slate. Okay, I was just in your hands to be molded. Practically 2.5 years of workouts, and I completely forgot most of it. No, I knew certain things, squats, and I forgot even the balance. What is used for what? I wouldn't even know what is bench press, what is deadlift. Unless somebody does it, then I remove. This is deadlift. Oh, this is bench press. So I was just a clean slate given to you to be molded. And you molded me exactly the way I wanted to be molded, Srividya, because I joined the program. It was a fantastic program, and they took care of beginners like me. You evaluated me. You put me on to the right kind of levels I could go to, know that worked perfectly fine. You knew I was working out for some time. You knew it's just a question of time if I could get back to what I could do. No, all these were your decisions. I just came, say, I said, you get into it, and I knew Srividya is doing it. I'm in good hands. That's all. That confidence that Srividya is doing it, and she will do good for me. Other than that, I had no clue, Srividya, when I entered. But what I came out was far beyond what I imagined I would be. So that kudos to you. Really, the way your program shaped me, I'm so happy today. I am at peace at myself. I'm so happy I joined. So these were the things which were the biggest inputs, which I should say, should reach you, Srividya.
So happy to hear this, Auntie.
Yes.
I have to tell the audience, Auntie is 55 years old, but she is so young at heart. She joined.
I need 2 years for it. I'm 57.
57, okay. Sorry, 57. Auntie, you're much, much younger than that anyway.
No. Heart, maybe, yes. But biological age, we can't suppress, Srividya. Let's tell the truth. What is a 57 I am? Yeah.
More shocked anyway. So, when Auntie joined the program and I put her on beginner level workouts, she was so upset. She said, Srividya, please, I'm capable. I can definitely go up. And Sneha and I would be like, Amma, please slow down. You've been off workouts for 2.5 years. You need to take it really slowly. So that is Usha Auntie for you. Amazing enthusiasm, amazing commitment, amazing consistency. And she was able to get the results that that were beyond her expectations because of the strengths that she carries. So we'll talk about. So one part of the feedback was my strength and mobility came back.
Yes.
It was really humbling to hear that, Auntie. So can you share with the audience what helped you regain that strength and mobility back?
See, first and foremost, Srividya, what I say, one, from the person who's going to do the training, you need to give it your time. See, that one thing your coach or anybody can't do it for you. You have to wake up, you have to religiously do. It is for your own self. Ladies, I would like the ladies out to be selfish. See, it's about time that enough is enough. I feel is enough. Many of us have started rather late in the day. And I think out there also there are many women who are a little apprehensive, still worried like whether they'll be able to do. There's nothing we can't do, Srividya. Really, it's only your mental strength which you need, and you should be in good hands. And the most important is you stay committed. See, unless the effort comes in from you, no matter how best coach you go or the best institute, it's not going to work. See, today you do 10 days, you don't want to do, where will the coach also help you? See, and please be truthful to yourself. Okay, certain days you're not up to it, you can tell your coach. Definitely, they are also human. They understand. No, we are not machines. One day you don't feel like it, and don't feel guilty about taking time off. Is what I feel like, Mr. Vidya. Let your body get the rest. Let the body recoup itself. Nothing is going to happen, even if you don't work out for a day or two, or maybe you're traveling. There's a function at home. All those things are part of everybody's life. You can't avoid all those things, no. But the days you do, please give it your 100%. See, there may be times. Many a times I feel, oh my God, I have to get up at 5. Why don't say all my life I've run to the bank. It's about time I put my feet up. Let me say, what nonsense. All the time you ran for somebody else. No, run for yourself. Do it for yourself. You need to do. Wake up and smell the coffee. You have to get up. You have to do it for yourself. And unless you set a regimen, a timing for yourself, Srividya, it's not going to work. That little bit of effort from your side has to come. Only when that comes, Srividya, others fall into place. And it's lovely. See, the first exercise is a little difficult. And then you don't want to stop. You want to give it your full. You want to get it done. You feel good. You feel nice. You feel enthusiastic. You feel full of josh. So why not do it like, see, for your own self, for your own, see, whatever you do, end of the day, you stand alone, Srividya, when it comes to health. So you should be, certain things will come by itself. But try to do and keep yourself healthy mentally, physically. It goes a long way. And as I rightly told you, I'm beyond looking for aesthetics, Shreya. It's not worth it for me at my age. I want to look my age. See, I don't want to look younger. I don't want to look fitter. I don't want to look toned. That is for my daughter and my son and my son-in-law and my son's future wife to worry. For me, it is now only getting strength, being able to do stuff which I want to do by myself, not depend on somebody to do, lift this for me, do this for me. No, I want to be independent. I want to do, lift a water can. Yes, I felt proud that day. That water fellow came and dumped the water. I was able to. I think earlier I used to wait for my husband to come and do or my son to come and help me turn it over. Now, no, I feel comfortable doing it and I'm with no pain. I got the knack of doing it. And it's a sense of achieving something, a small thing, but a sense of achieving something. So that is where I say I got my, commitment, being in the right, having the right coach and being in the right program. These three things go a long way, Srividya. It should. And nowadays people are starting so young. In our age and those days back, we never had. In fact, my mother was worried. You're going to strength training. What will happen? You'll pull this thing here. You will have a problem there. We are brought up that way. Only now there's so much of realization, so many opportunities for people to do what they want to do and pick out and do. So don't ever, I feel women should not. You should be selfish for yourself, for your health, for your mental peace, for your physical well-being. Yes, you have to. You are the fulcrum of the house. You have to be. And for your own self. See, it gives you nice. You are able to move around, no aches and pains. You get up without that. It's a blessing, Srividya, today. You thank God in the morning you get up, you don't have aches and pains. It's a good day for you to begin your day, isn't it? So I feel that should be the priority for people. Give it your time, give it your commitment, get into good coaches, get into good hands. Don't just join something because it is cheap. Don't join something because it is temporary. Don't join something which is close by. Do your research, get into a good place. That is most important.
Super, auntie. Very, very powerful. And that's so true. I mean, waking up in the morning with amazing energy levels and the fitness to take care of whatever that the day throws at you, the challenges that you're able to tackle, and physically being independent. How powerful is that? Not depending on anybody and saying, "Hey, oh my God, please lift this pressure cooker or lift that."
Exactly. Yes.
They're strong. Women are strong, can be strong, and strength can be built, be it mental strength or physical strength, right? You just need to work for it. Spend like half an hour, whatever time that you can, 2 days a week, and your body will thank you. It builds up over time, and definitely you're going to be in a much better place than when you started. So that was really powerful, auntie. We all needed to hear that.
Yeah. Definitely, Srividya. That is very important. Yes, I agree.
So if you can talk about the workouts, auntie, that you worked on for you, you can just say a few words.
Yeah. See, Once again, I tell you, precision nutrition. When I joined Srividya, was, as I told you, I don't even remember the names, let alone the forms. So the videos were amazing. See, every day the videos used to get uploaded, and you could replay, get it into your system, how it has to be done, and it was done in such a nice manner. They also gave you options of it being less in workout, or you go for the medium kind of this thing you are capable of doing, or you go the high end, like you put a lot of effort and you can do it. Now you do it. So you decide. See, certain things I'm very good at. See, for squats I'm very good at. So I would take the most difficult one to do because that was challenging for me. Certain other things I was not so good at. So I will take the lower or the medium. So I never used to feel bad. Oh my God, I'm taking the lower one. What will happen? See, end of the day, the form is what is important, Srividya, and how consistent you are in your form and how you do it. See, there's no point in taking the hardest one and doing it wrongly. So it's not going to give you any effect at all. Be comfortable. That way, precision. And the way it was narrated, Srividya, it was done in such a fantastic manner. Anybody could understand. So I used to get up in the morning before 10, 15 minutes, play my day's workout, what was available for me. And they also gave you an opportunity. Like if today you don't feel up to it, there is no need for you to do workouts. You do something else. Take a dog for a walk. You do brisk walking. See, it's not monotonous. You can decide what you want. At the end of the day, some kind of fitness activity you should indulge in. It could be anything. So certain days I used to take a walk in the morning. Then evening I'll think, no, I finished the walk in the morning. Why don't I do my workout in the evening? So it was very flexible, only at the end of the night I had to report what I had to do. So I had the whole day. So sometimes morning, sometimes evening, sometimes mid-afternoon. So that flexibility was awesome. The way they went about it was, and a very gradual way, a very scientific way. They never rushed you with anything. In fact, I remember asking you, Srividya, that I don't seem to be doing anything for the first 2 weeks. Why is it so simple? There's nothing. Is this how it's going to be? Then you have told me, Auntie, be patient. They will go through the whole thing, So then why they've asked you to do. You have to get used to the forms. You have to get used to your body has to. And after 2 years, imagine, Srividya, it's like needs a thorough overhauling. Your entire body needs that, no? So they understood what it is. So that way I will tell you, any beginner need not worry, Srividya. If I can do it at 57, I think anybody can do it. It's not a problem at all, They can definitely do it. It shouldn't be a problem at all. And very, very scientifically designed. And for the Indian women, I feel it was a win-win for me every which way, Srividya. The program was extremely good. Extremely good.
Auntie. And I remember some of the exercises, like I think were a little bit too advanced, and we looked at some options. So the weights weren't available, right?
Yes.
Some of them made use of some weights, and we kind of used some props. Can you talk about that, Auntie?
Yeah, Srividya, that I should thank you, because that was lockdown period. We had no equipment at home and we are doing strength training. See, strength training requires some amount of things to be carried. It was so good of you to come out with ideas like books, backpacks, water bottles, all these things which we had at home. So it was so convenient for me. You used to tell me, Auntie, 5 kgs, no, you just put these books in the backpack. Use that, Auntie. Use a towel.
Rice bag.
Exactly. So many things which were available in the house. I really started noticing, So we use water bottles, you use dumbbells, you use this. It was all so nice. And use towels, for your this thing and all. Yeah, for all that, your towels became so useful, It was all those things were really good, Srividya. And even for the farmers to walk and all that, to carry that. And yeah, it was so all which was available at home, we made use of that. I should really thank you. Those props were all your ideas. I was clued out. I was wondering how I'm going to go get stuff to do it. But thanks to you, it was all available and it worked out well, Srividya, I should say. Definitely. Even I remember the rice bag, Srividya. You were telling me once, Auntie, buy that 5 kg rice, so use that. That'll be. So I knew the exact weight I was carrying also, So those small inputs from you made a lot of difference to my working out style. Yes, I should say.
So today, how do you feel?
Pardon me?
Today, how do you feel?
Today I feel damn good. I told you, Srividya, I am very young in age and spirit, I should say, though I am biologically old. See, all these things, happiness, joy, peace of mind, everything comes if you're physically well, Srividya. See, you have a nagging pain somewhere, it will show it on your face. You have a catch somewhere, you feel a headache coming on, you have a sore throat. How long can you camouflage it? At some point it will show. And see, that is the biggest thing, push yourself. I keep telling my friends also here, push yourself. It is difficult, but get a time, and preferably morning time, Srividya, because that is when, before the day begins, it's your me time. You get your personal space. You have time for yourself, and you are definitely much more fresher in the morning than as the day goes by. I'm talking of women. See, men, it's different, Srividya, because they don't have to actually worry about many things in the kitchen or the house or multitask like how we do. We have so much, and towards the end of the afternoon, evening, you'll feel a downward trend in your energy levels. Definitely, I feel. Definitely, you're not as fresh as you were in the morning. By the time it's 6, 7, you want to put your feet up, like let's call it a evening, like, or you want to watch something, or you just want to have a light dinner. You don't want to exert yourself to at that time to go for a workout. I don't know. Maybe some women can do it, but I personally feel mornings are the best time. That morning calmness, the quietness, when the house is not yet woken up, it's the best time for yourself. Like, you have to do it like that.
Totally agree, Auntie. From my own personal experience, I totally agree with you, because that is the time that works for me as well. When the children were sleeping, when my husband was sleeping, entire
Correct.
family was sleeping, I
Yes.
used to get up and start walking and running, and
I mean,
I would not have progressed to wherever I am right now if I had not woken up at that wee hours in the morning, right? If I had waited, nothing would have happened. So I totally understand what you're saying, Auntie.
true, true,
Uh,
Shiv.
so, as far as nutritional awareness and mindful eating is concerned, what were your
Mm.
takeaways during the program?
See, I could segment this into two: pre and post. See, pre was always my this thing, just always in a rush, Srividya, go, and I went by brand. Okay. If I buy Atta, it's Ashirwad. If I buy toothpaste, it's Colgate. If I buy this, it's this, like that. So there was no time for me to go through. I remember you telling me, Auntie, when you gave me the list of proteins which I should shop for. So you told me, please take and read at the back what is given. So you have to be aware of what is in the product, This was what was a total eye opener for me, Srividya. I then realized what a fool I've been, just going by the masses, like just going, picking up, thinking that will be the best, not giving it your time, not giving it your this thing to go through the of reading behind. But now, after you told me, I've now become very, very maximum. I used to see earlier was only if there was trans fat. That's all I could see. If trans fat is zero, okay, the product is good. I used to think that way, But now, after I go, every component I will see. I take my time. Now I have time also on my hands. I take my time, whatever I do. Even if I order online, I will check what are the things available. Is it going to benefit me and my family? Is it good? And I don't mind paying extra. See, if it is organic, certified, in the long run, it is good. See, in the paying a doctor, you pay for your food, it is much better, So what small changes you could do? Go for the good stuff. Go for tried and tested ones which are recommended. Go for the reviews. See that all these things. This awareness has come to me, Srividya, totally after you told me. Read about everything behind what is given. See, there are so many kinds of paneer. Like, why do you go for Akshay Kalpa? Why? Because it is organic. Why? Because it is good. It is sourced from Indian crops. You have something and you tasted it and you have seen it is tasting good. There is a difference, Srividya, in paying a little more and going for the best quality. Nothing comes cheap. There's nothing like cheap and best, is my view. So you indulge, I'm not saying fantastically, in good stuff, So in the long run, it helps you in your health. So this awareness came to me after you told me to go through the nutritional information available behind each kind of packet. And now I'm sorted, Srividya. I exactly know what I have to buy for myself. So it was a one-time exercise. I gave it all. Gave my time, educated myself about all these things, and you guided me through the process. So now I'm sorted. What I want to buy, which brand, what item, I'm clear. And I know I'm giving it my good thing, So that way, yes. So this was post my mistake.
That is the feeling, like, I'm feeding myself, right? I know what is going into me.
Exactly.
What is the component, in that food? What should I be eating? And
Correct.
also around the composition of a meal, right? So you got to understand. Can you talk a little bit about that, the composition of the meal? What were you looking for?
See, earlier, Srividya, as I told you, being a Tamram, the most important food aspect is only carbs. Anything you take, either rice, your tiffins are all carb-based, your upmas, your idlis, your dosas, your pongals, your khichadis, everything is carbs. So I was really concerned when I spoke to you earlier before I joined. All my items, what I'm eating is only carbs. So I, in some form or the other, So, and then it's rice. So then what happened? Then after you gave me some inputs as to how to plate my meal, how to go about doing it, how to get protein into it, how to get helpings of vegetables. In fact, remember you telling me, Auntie, try to get a few salads in the morning also. It's a good thing. But I had some problem of having vegetables early morning, So I switched to eggs. I became an vegetarian. it is good source of protein, like, which I thought, okay, see, when it's for health, there's nothing wrong in doing, we're not doing something. It is good for us. And vegetarians don't get any other source of protein, no, other than your paneer, tofu, and so I thought, why not I start having eggs, the boiled form first, let us try. And then if it agrees, let's go. So I became mindful. I somehow wanted my protein to be inside. All my, what you told, fruits and vegetable servings to be this much, my greens to be this much, my legumes to be this much. So my plating would be only on these things, like, today did I get my protein? Today did I get my legumes? Today did I get my this thing? So that way it made a drastic switch. Earlier it used to be rice and one vegetable and one sambar. But now you became so aware, without eggs you will not have, without some kind of a channa or a salad or some fruit or something. So that way it was a total shift from what I had, like, so that way that awareness was wonderful. And till today, Srividya, I'm continuing with that, like, I will mentally have that blockers in my mind. No, today this is eliminated. This is what is required. Where's the protein? Where's the nutrition coming from the vegetables? Where? So that way, that has come into my mind, like, so that is mindful. Yeah, the mindful eating is really what you have taught me. I'm so worried this thing about that. Yes, Srividya.
Thank you, Auntie. I remember your meal pictures nicely. That white porcelain katoris you used to share. The pictures used to be such an eye candy, to look at. Even to look at, I would feel so satisfied looking at the meal. The kind
Yes.
of nutrition that you're getting in your meal.
Correct.
And then we slowly progressed into beyond the portions. We progressed into intuitive eating or mindful eating, and
Yes.
helping you eat slowly, relish the food, enjoy the experience of eating, right?
Exactly. Exactly. That's true. Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
So, Auntie, how would you say your relationship with food is right now? How do you handle festive eating, ordering food at restaurants?
I'll tell you one thing, Srividya. I, as a person, am not a very keen person of ordering. Given an option of ordering out or cooking at home, I'd say cooking at home. Much to the dismay of my children, they say just put your feet up. I'm more that kind of a. Basically, itself, I prefer home food, and I personally feel okay. Most of the cuisines we know, which we can do and rustle up, and it's not a big deal. But even in the event of us ordering, you will be rest assured. I will first look at, if it's going to be night, it will be only tandoori roti. It will only be a dal, or it will be some vegetable. So my children say, so you're all the time eating only the same thing. I feel happy eating only that, like, anything else. In fact, the other day also my son had bought some kulfi or something. I said, sorry, I won't eat it in the night. You keep it next day or after, maybe I'll eat it, not during the night. So it becomes a conscious thing. And for me, I am saying, at my age, beyond 50, 55 in Australia, we should be a little more aware. See, it's not what the 30s and 20s can afford to indulge in. We have to be careful. See, that also is required. We have to be careful about what we eat when we eat it, like, So my mind is very fixed. What I normally have in the night is what I would expect for the restaurant also to get. So then the children say, it's so boring, you're ordering boring. That's why I say I prefer to do it myself. Like, I pass that stage, frankly, to tell you that restaurant food impresses me. No, I pass that stage. I'm happy with my food at home, what I make at home. And why I'm happy is I can regulate the quantity. My katoris are on the table. I know what I'm eating. I don't feel, and I'm comfortable. See, end of the day, after eating that, I feel good. I feel nice. I don't crave for something. So I know my meal is balanced. So that way, I'm very, very happy, Srividya. I'm in a very happy space as far as my food is concerned. And I know I should have done this long ago, but now I feel, other than I don't sort of not indulge also. See, I would like to have something, I'll definitely have. Why should I feel? I mean, I shouldn't feel guilty eating something which I really need. So I would definitely like to have that also. So in moderation, see, I have this, yes. Like you rightly told me that time that you're very fond of Manoharam. That's an awesome idea what you've done. See, can you be without eating? I mean, we are not saints, Srividya. So that Manoharam, what you did was a brilliant idea. Make it into bits. So you eat how many? You would have earlier eaten the whole thing. But
Yeah.
now you made it into bits. So on those lines only, I also.
I've eaten 3 or 4. It's my most favorite.
Yes.
I grew up eating manoharams. My mom used to make them often.
Yeah,
So,
100%. I agree.
so like you rightly said, it's about being mindful around food, understanding what makes you feel good and comes
Yes.
with a certain amount of energy levels. You don't
Energy.
want to miss it. You crave for that instead, right? Instead of the food, you
Yes.
crave that feeling that you're feeling right now. And what is giving you that feeling? It's that food that you have built for yourself, that mindful plating, right? With the katori of protein, vegetables, your raita, your
Salads. Yeah. Correct. Curd. Correct.
that's giving you kind of like it's become your comfort food now, right?
Yes, I agree.
Uncomfortable, or your body is feeling uncomfortable.
Yes, yes. So now it's better to listen to the body, Srividya. We have crossed that stage and all. I can say that comfortably, like at my age and all, I think this is what is the right kind of food. It is comfortable for you, like, in every which way you get up, you feel light, you feel good, you get up fresh. So I feel, and you're getting the best of food at home. So why bother, so it's fine.
Absolutely, Aunty. I totally agree with you. And at any age, I think this is something that we deserve to feel,
Yeah,
right? We want to feel good. We want to look good. We want to move good, no matter the age. We shouldn't have to go through these lifestyle related issues or pains or aches and
exactly, Shri.
later on put ourselves in terms of health risks. It's not
Correct,
worth it.
correct.
So, Auntie, what were your breakthrough moments during the program?
It may sound very silly and stupid, but what I personally feel, Srividya, I'm not talking of fantastic achievements in terms of doing my workouts and getting a breakthrough moment. See, earlier I used to look out for a place to sit to wear my pajamas or to wear my leggings or to wear because I couldn't balance myself on one feet and do it. There was a time when I went for my medical checkup, master health checkup at Malad Hospital. That doctor's room was so small. She just had a very little space, and there was no stool or chair for me to go and put my leggings on.
Hmm.
To my surprise, I just found I was able to balance and wear it by myself without looking for support. That was the biggest happiness for me, Srividya, because I found myself, I was able to balance myself, I was able to wear without any support, which I was not able to do. And I was able to sit cross-legged down. See, earlier I used to look out for any place where I sit in the table, chair, and sit and eat. Comfortably, I was able to sit down, eat properly, no problem at all. Earlier, I used to fold my leg. I used to be uncomfortable, and the first course is served. You have to wait till all the three courses are served and only then get up. It used to be a torture for me to the extent that I used to wait, let somebody get up, so let me also get up. But I was comfortable. These personal small wins in my, these are the battles that I wanted to fight, Srividya, nothing else. And also lifting, I told you, the water can, lifting a suitcase, not depending on anybody. Wherever we go, we should be able to do the stuff ourselves, not ask any for help. These are the things which I thought were small things, but very, very important things for me to do it. That was a big moment in my life. I made to stand, balance, my core is okay. I'm able to do these things. And that is enough. See, that is all I'm working out for. Like, be healthy, be strong. That is what matters to me. So those were big moments in my life. This is beyond the progress of your this thing, workouts. This is personal victories, which I think every woman would have some kind of this thing in her, which is a little ashamed to tell or feeling a little conscious to talk about, not being able to relate to. Don't feel, I feel they should not feel that way at all. See, we are all human, and as you age, you tend to have aches and pains. It's not like your 20s and your 50s. You have to accept, Srinivas, that life pulls you down. But don't feel bad. But see how best you can progress towards it. That's all. See how it may take a little time, but do it. But do it. You can do it. There's nothing. Women have tremendous willpower, Srividya. That is why they're able to sustain so long. Willpower is mind over matter. See, you have a strong mind, you can achieve anything. So the women there should definitely take this as a this. There's nothing you can't do. Like small victories, you have to celebrate. These are the things which are going to be with you. You feel good. Yes, I've done this. So this was the biggest. These three things: lifting the water can, my own suitcases, I travel comfortably, no problem, and helping myself. I don't have to look out for a place to sit to wear my pants. Those were really wonderful things, which I feel.
Yes, Aunty. That is functional fitness, right? It's not
Yes.
about going there and lifting weights and
Weights, exactly.
this much
Yes.
number.
Yes.
How does it relate to your everyday living, right? If you're
Mm.
able to deadlift 80 kilos, how does it relate to your energy levels, or how you're able to tackle, the challenges that come through the day, and how are you actually able to lift heavy things around the house?
Yes.
Lifting 80 kilos in your gym, and you're struggling to, or not wanting to lift your pressure cooker, that is
Yes.
a different
That is
not
it.
what we
Exactly.
after.
Correct.
To be fit everywhere, that we
Correct.
function with that kind of fitness.
True.
And I definitely remember this conversation that we had as soon as you had the breakthrough moment. You called me, and we
So did.
celebrated it.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's really huge, Auntie.
Yes.
Um,
Kandippa.
and Auntie, so now that we are talking about what is important, right? What do you see as progress? It's beyond aesthetics. It's beyond the weighing scale. So this is something that we get caught a lot in that number. Um, it's an important progress marker, nevertheless, but it's not the only one,
Yes.
right? So how do you see that scale number, and what according to you is progress?
See, according to me, progress is once again, Srividya, mental happiness. See, that doesn't have a scale to measure on. Okay, you maybe in your scale, you must have reduced to what your expected levels were, or even lesser than, greater than what you thought you could reduce. But mentally, how happy are you? See, that is more, that mental happiness, that mental stress free, this thing comes with not being too conscious about your weight over the scale, is my personal view. See, certain people, they have certain issues. Many people, it takes a long time for the weight scales to show your decrease. But I think you should not be bothered about that at all. Otherwise, are you fine? Are you losing in centimeters? Are you losing in it? That is more important than your weighing scale. That will only show you your physical. Mental development, you cannot scale weight to any scales. That is more important. See, today you've not lost your weight over the scale. Doesn't matter. You're able to do something better. You're able to lift something. You're able to do something by yourself. That is more important than actually being attributed to the, okay, that is a marker, no doubt. People do say that. But according to me, I don't actually believe in that, Srividya. See, you're otherwise fine, you're otherwise okay. And who are we trying to compete with? See, end of the day, you look at that first. What is your goal first? Are you trying to get into something, compete with somebody, do something like that, where everything, every centimeter, every kilo of your weight is being monitored? Then that is not living, according to me. See, you should have something for yourself, indulge in something, do what you want to do, enjoy the moments, enjoy your life, attend functions, these things come. But you can't keep conscious, oh, today I can't do it because I have increased by 1 kilo. No, I'll not eat this because I'll increase my weight. I mean, that's, according to me, a pointless way of leading your life. Live once, live in happiness and in moderation. Whatever you do in moderation. So for me, and I also told you, Sri, I lost a lot in my inches and centimeters where it mattered most. Especially, I carried a lot of weight around my tummy, which really helped to a great extent. So all those things make me feel very good. So I stopped. Why bother about the scale? That's going to give you a figure which you're not going to be happy or be happy. So that's relative. Happiness in the scale is relative. Mental happiness, what you're able to achieve, what you're able to do, you're fit and fine. That is most important. That is my personal view, Srividya. Yeah.
Absolutely, Auntie. And I really appreciate what you said there about accepting the reality, right?
Exactly.
So, this is your weight, and based on your behaviors and your habits and whatever that you're put in towards improving, it is actually, this is the reality, right?
Yes.
So, what do you need to do? You need to focus on, okay, you're looking at the scale, you're upset, but don't stop there. Think
Yeah.
about what are the behaviors and habits that I need to fix to
Correct.
help me to progress even further, right? So again, look back on your behaviors and your habits rather than putting so much attention on that scale. It's just feedback. Again, it's not failure. You have not failed. it's
No,
it's
no, no.
feedback that your body is telling you that based on the efforts that you have put in, this is what it is. So
Yes.
now you have to look at, if it's not keeping you happy, or it's not what you expected, what can you do better? That's what you want to look at. How can I improve my consistency? How can
Correct.
I improve my commitment towards what I'm doing, right?
True, true.
And that's how you want to scale up.
Correct. I agree.
So that brings up another important point around struggles with body image, Auntie. What are your views about it, and have you gone through it at any point in time?
Yes, Srividya, struggles with body images are definitely there. But what I'm trying to say now, it has come down to a great extent. I think people are more aware. People are more sensitive now. People never used to have that kind of sensitivity. People are always ridiculing people. Gunda irka, ibdi irka, abdi irka, and saris nanna irkum. You can't wear this. You can't do that. You have to wear a sari because it covers all your flab and your this thing. I say, see, end of the day, Sri Vidya, you are what you are. See, doesn't mean to say you should have a hourglass figure for you to make yourself look good. That is not the thing. End of the day, what is most important is how confident you are. See, your inner confidence has to come out irrespective of what kind of weight you carry. That is very, very important. Once you have the confidence in you, Sri Vidya, nothing or nobody can stop you. How long they'll body shame you? Nobody can. Who and who is the person body shaming? What are the standards they're setting? This is how we should be, that is how we should be. No. The modeling industry today is come down totally because people no longer want to be like the models. They want you to, the plus size models are the people who are coming out in the open, and they are given so much of recognition worldwide, Sri Vidya, and they are making such beautiful this thing fashion statements So what I feel is all this is just this thing, Sri Vidya. See, every woman in herself is a beautiful woman. There is no two ways about it, So overall, don't get too. You see, people who body shame you, you just ignore them. That's how much they know. You feel sorry. I feel pity for these people because they are programmed in one particular way to think, one particular way to look, and they only know that much. So you progress, you move on, you carry on. But I will say, from our times to now, there's a drastic change. Like people are not going, women are not going to take it easy. The men also know they can't push it and do it to women. People are definitely much more sensitive now. They are coming out in the open. It's acceptable. You have to move on. Overall, I think body shame is not something which you should take it lightly, Srividya. It's a kind of a bullying. But why should you? Why should you do it? Like, no, it's not fair to do it My views are you should not. And love your body first. See, your body is doing so many things which you cannot even imagine it can be done. When you sit and think, you realize how many things go without your knowledge. Everything happens. You just take it for granted, So give your body the time. Give it the thing. Start doing all these kind of exercises, mental, physical, whatever be the kind of thing you want to do. Only then you can be happy, stay with them. So I am totally against this kind of body and I think it's a sham. This body, this thing is not at all something which you should talk proudly about at all today's age and time. Nobody should do it to anybody. Yeah.
Very nicely said, Auntie. The confidence that you are able to carry about, and without thinking too much about how you look or what anybody is going to say, that speaks volumes. Right. And I totally agree. And I understand because I used to be that person who used to have a very negative body image. I used to look at my section scar or, the lower belly that is hanging, that still hangs. Right. But I don't pay attention to it anymore. So coming from a negative body image to then become somebody who has a positive body image is difficult, right? So from negative body image, you slowly come to neutral body image, and then you can look at how you can become, somebody with a positive image. And the way you have to do it is constantly notice the thoughts in your mind and see how you can positively reframe it.
Yes.
If you're looking at a body part and you're saying this about yourself, how can you reframe it positively and say, hey, you know what? I'm somebody who has amazing energy levels and I'm able to take on my day without any issues, and I'm able to lift so many, heavy things around the house or whatever. I'm independent. That's what matters, right? This
Correct.
is what it is. This is my body, and I have to accept it.
Correct. I agree.
So I think all of us have to support each other also.
Definitely.
Not compliment or say things around somebody's physique. It's their business, right? It's their body, and we have no place to comment about somebody's body. So understanding that boundary and complimenting somebody's values. You're amazingly committed, you're amazingly consistent, you bring a lot of happiness to me. So those kind of compliments make more meaning than talking about, hey, you become fat, hey, you become thin. This is the constant thing that goes on every time I go to any event or wedding. This is what everybody talks about,
Very sad.
right? They don't have anything else to talk.
Correct.
So
We should be with you.
thank you, Auntie. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So, Auntie, you're a wonderful supporter for women and always has encouraging words for all. And you also participate very well in the Eighth Element WhatsApp group, Auntie.
Yes.
We really appreciate that. And I'm sure my other women in the group will attest to that. So can you please share some feedback about the group and some of the challenges that you've been a part of, Auntie?
Yeah. The group, I feel, is the most vibrant group ever, because what I got to see was, one is the recipes, Sri Vidya. Such amazing recipes you put up. Your meal preps are amazing. See, so many things you don't have to worry. When I am at a fix as to what is to be done, I just go through that whole thing and I pick up with whatever veggies and provisions I have at home. There'll be something in that which I can make at home. So it's my go-to reckoner for any time when I'm lost as to what is to be done, a quick fix. And most of them are not laborious. Most of them are quick fix meals, which women know that it's difficult to plan an elaborate meal, So those kind of helps from that group I've got. Second, what I like was your 10,000 step, that challenge. That was an amazing one, Sri Vidya. the 10,000 steps which we had, See, we formed a small group. All of us used to post our number of steps we used to do every night. See, that gave a lot of motivation for all of us to learn and to keep that as a benchmark. Like, you see, you did 10,000, then why can't you do it now? At least for me, I feel that way, like, always, I will always have that 10,000 in my mind. Somehow I have to make the 10,000. Anything over and above that is good. So not lesser than that. No, we used to. So that is a big challenge. I really like that challenge. In fact, that was a good thing which you did. So many of us, some of them were fantastic in the group. 16,000 alone, there are people who have walked and that this thing, steps. Some amazing women out there in that group. Yeah. Yeah, somebody did, I think, consistently. Yeah, so that way, it's really nice. And not that she was a very young girl or something. I think a middle-aged lady only who did such a fantastic job and so consistent, never missed a single day. There were days when, Saturday, Sunday, I never used to walk. But I think she even did on Saturday, Sunday, I think. Like that, there are people who are so, so those, I like that a lot, Srividya, that group. Food too, my go-to reckoner. The activities which you plan out are amazing. And you also have these small quizzes, like, which are about food and stuff like that. That is also extremely nice, which you do. It's all nice, which are planned in that group. So that way, that group is a very vibrant group. And you have cross-section of people living all over the world participating, like, which is really nice. You get to see different kinds of cuisines being made. And they give you links also from where you can download and you can get your recipes or your ingredients, which is all very nice. So that way, it's a very active group, a very well thought of group, which we need today. Hats off to you, Srividya, for thinking of such a group like that, putting everybody together. So it's a nice, and even if a person is not too well, they are down, there are so many people encouraging that person, like, don't feel bad, don't feel it is just a passing phase, you'll feel fine. That helps you. When you go through that message, you feel nice. That, yes, somebody's wishing you to get better fast. So these things really matter, Srividya. So that group that way is good in all aspects. I really like it a lot. Yes.
And thank you for participating in that group, because you are one of the people who always jumps up if somebody is not feeling well. We may not be around all the time, but if somebody posted, hey, I'm suffering from a migraine or I'm not feeling well, you'll be the first one to say, hey, I hope you're doing well. It's so encouraging, Auntie. So it's very nice. So lovely having you in that group. Continue to start the group.
Definitely, Srividya. 100%. Really happy. Yes.
Thank you, Auntie. So let's do some time travel. If you were to go back in time to April,
okay,
and speak with yourself with the knowledge that you have right now, what would you tell yourself?
First, I would tell myself, why did you get in touch with Srividya so late? You should have done this long ago. Why did you get in touch with Srividya so late? That would be my first thing. And secondly is, now if you look back what I was in April, I told you, two things, Srividya. That time I did not know. I went only by brand purchase. When you just methodically, I order this. This is what it is. But now I've become very, very conscious, right? From, of course, my oils were always cold pressed. I was very clear about that. But other aspects of my food intakes and all, I gained a lot of knowledge, which I can supplement with which I never knew. Lot of reading material which I gave me, which I had time to go through also now since I was at home. And it was a lovely thing for me to enrich my knowledge. All the material which comes along with your course, it is really, really, really informative, So what you could supplement with what gives you more of it, and what is available seasonally, all these things and even in legumes, there's such a wide range of what you can use and how you can put it to use. It need not be you're only eating sundal every day. It need not be make it into powder and make it as a porridge and make it as this thing and sprinkle on top of your salad. All these things were eye openers for me, pull and your what you call that, you can pan roast it and make it as a powder, and you can use it on top of chia seeds. All these things have so much of nutritional value which we never even thought would have. So these kind of things, so immediately if you're not having protein in the form of egg, okay, chia is the best next option. Why don't I do that? Make a chia pudding for myself, or oats, sprinkle oats with how best it can augment like that. So this kind of a lateral thinking has improved for me after going through all the material and after having such a lot of knowledge about the program, so I tend to think out of the box, if this is not there, how best I can do. So these thoughts would not have come to me earlier. So this way, personally, I am satisfied with myself, so my meal planning, my purchases, everything revolve around how best to nutritionally see that we are having a complete plate, which is what I feel end of the day is most important, Srividya. So I will somehow see that my day's nutrition is taken care of. How I plan it, how I go about it, how I purchase it is a big task for me, which I enjoy doing. Yeah, it is very nice that way. So that way,
Planning and smart prepping, right?
yes,
That's something that
exactly,
we are
exactly.
able to do now.
Yes.
Um, very nice, Auntie. Thank you for sharing that. So happy to hear this. Okay, so I know this, but you're going to share it for for the audience who are watching us. Did you at any point feel like you were deprived or felt starved as you were losing weight, or were you asked to avoid any kind of food?
Not at all, Srividya. With you, it was never telling us not to eat this, not, it was always mindful eating. Okay, so we could indulge ourselves. We could definitely have. It is not wrong to eat what you want to eat. It's not wrong for you to indulge in an ice cream. It is not wrong to indulge in a pastry or a chocolate or whatever is your craving for. It was never that. Only thing, you eat mindfully. You make the choice. You eat it, and then don't feel guilty about it. See, it is a part of your other thing. So I think you should be that way only. See, you have to eat consciously. Don't overdo anything. Eat in moderation. So you are satiated. You feel happy. You feel good. There is no need to deprive yourself of eating anything, Srividya. That came really, not many coaches do that, but you have given us that freedom. So what happens when you're free to eat what you want to eat? Very rarely you go and overindulge. Only if restrictions come into place, Srividya, you will do it. See, a diabetic will always crave to have some sugar because he is restricted from eating sugar or anything sweet. Once the cravings are lifted off, you will definitely know where to stop, so it will automatically set in. I feel now will be all of us in your group are very mindful eaters. I am sure you made that into our head, to be very mindful about eating what we eat. So that goes to you, Srividya. That really much.
What an amazing way to say that, Auntie. You
Yeah.
have the freedom to choose what you want. You have the freedom to say no also at some point in time, right? So because there is no restriction, you don't have to avoid something. You choose when to have what, and there is absolutely place for food,
Yes.
all kinds of food at all parts of your life, right? So
Correct. 100%.
thank you for sharing that, Auntie.
Yes.
Um, so what did you like best about me as your coach?
As your coach. See, Srividya, there are coaches and there are clients. Okay. What I would say is, what you stand out is you are like Hanumar, you don't know your own strength. What? Because you don't relate yourself only to the coach client, the regular follow-up calls, the regular this calls, which are mandatory for you to do and to have evaluate the client. It goes beyond that, Srividya. You take that extra step. You get involved. It is not only the physical, you even enter into the mental space of the person. See, it's not easy, Srividya, I tell you. It is not at all easy entering into somebody's mental space. Not many of them would be willing to share. Not many of them would be comfortable unless they see some genuine concern. Not everybody is going to open up. That is where you stand out, Srividya. See, your concerns are genuine. You want to be there to help them. You want to make a transformation for your client. So you want to go, or you know that something is blocking that person and they are not able to. So you don't let it be there. You just go deep into it, and you are a kind of a shoulder to lean on to. See, not many coaches do that, Srividya. See, for them, it's just a coach-client relationship. And especially with online, today somebody will be coaching you, tomorrow X will come and coach you, day after Y will come and coach you. There is no interpersonal relationship at all. But you take the time. Your calls are so prompt. You will come definitely every once or twice a week. You will see the progress. It may not be, you don't give a damn to the actual physical. You are overall holistic approach is what you go by, which I find is a very, 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 very rare. You are naturally gifted, Srividya. Frankly speaking, I will tell you from what I have heard, seen many people say, I've also gone to many places. You are naturally gifted. You care for your clients' well-being. See, that goes a long way. That's why people come to you, Srividya. See, you could have stopped. I finished my course when July. But now we are doing the interview when? Because you wanted me to do it. You said, Auntie, let's come and talk. Not many people. You have so many clients, so many diverse clients in your this thing now. Not many people would bother. She's already graduated in July. Okay, what we are going to talk. But you go that extra mile, Srividya. In your case, it's not the 50. You go the whole 90, I should say. 10% only comes from the client, I'll tell you. So that way, no, Srividya, you make a person feel warm. You make a person feel very, very comfortable with you, which is very important, Srividya. So I think you have the best mix of both. That is, you're professionally, you're there, and personally, you're there to help out. So this makes a lot of difference, which I don't think. You're one of a kind, Srividya. Really, you're one of a kind. So hats off. My best wishes to you. You are going to scale. I've seen you already scaling, and I know you're going to go up the scale.
From long time ago. So I really appreciate this feedback, Aunty, because you have actually seen me go through everything.
Yes.
Growth
Yes.
as a person, as a coach.
Yeah, yeah.
So I really appreciate this feedback. And like you rightly said, that connection is very important to me, Aunty.
Exactly. Correct.
To say it selfishly, I want to be your last coach.
Mm.
I don't want you to go to
Yes.
any other coach for transforming your lifestyle, right? So that is, as a selfish interest, I will say that.
I would say
Right?
with heavy commitment from your end, it's not only selfish. Look at the commitment you're taking on behalf of your client, Srividya. That's a big commitment for you to take on. Yeah, it's awesome. Really awesome.
So 10 years from now, I want to hear them say, hey, Srividya, you taught me mindful eating that has not left me at all, right? I'm still maintaining my weight.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is what I want to hear. The success of the program is not what you do during the program, but what you're able to do after the program. Right? How are you able to sustain those habits that we learned, and how are you able to sustain that weight loss? That speaks more volumes about my program than what I actually work with during the program.
Correction.
So, Auntie, you've been through a lot of struggles. You've lived in a joint family for so many years, and managing a full-time job and taking care of your children. Based on your past struggles and the transformation you feel now, how would you communicate the value of the program to the women who are considering to join the program, Auntie?
See, first and foremost, Srividya, I tell all the women out there, irrespective of where they are, how they are, their economic situation, their social conditions, their physical ailments, I tell them, see, it's never too late to start. Okay, it is never ever too late. Be selfish for yourself. First, all along you've been doing for others. Take care of your health. See, nobody would like to have a sick person on their hands as you get older. Today, you have to accept that the joint family system is no longer there, Srividya. If not the uncle, the aunt will take care. If not the aunt, the grandmother will take care. If the grandmother, somebody will. Today, it's a nuclear family, and children are running their lives like, they have no time between themselves as a couple too. Where is the question of them handling a sick person? See, things coming by themselves you can't avoid. But what you can do is try to be fit. You have to take time for yourself. Be selfish. Be about your health. Don't compromise. You have to. Don't expect people to give you permission to start, people to ask you to this thing. Don't at all think of all that. I am doing it and get into it. See, you're not doing something wrong. You're not going and having a drink. You're not going and smoking. You're not doing something illegal. You're not doing something bad. You're doing something which is very, very, very important for you, for your life. And it has been so late for you to wait. Please put an end to it. Go out, whatever be the form of fitness which you are able to do. Something you can start with a small walk. The first step is the most important step, Srividya. According to me, you make that step, you see that today you go for 10 minutes, you walk within your house. You're not able to go walk within your house. Lockdown period, all of us were doing that only, no, Srividya. Inside the house, only we're managing. But make that little bit of effort for yourself. Have that me time for yourself. And preferably take the morning time for yourself. Then before the entire household wakes up, it's a different world out there, Srividya. The calm, the quiet, the peace, the connection with the Supreme, everything is happening at that time, according to me. So don't let that go back. See, the 10 minutes of extra sleep is not going to matter much. You're going to get up feeling you could sleep another 10 more minutes extra also. But the 10 minutes you get up early and you have this connect and you are able to do what you want to do, it gives you a lot of peace and happiness. And I personally feel every woman who wants to think about doing something for her well-being in the physical should not even think beyond. They should just go. Start doing whatever you feel like doing, some kind of activity. You should definitely do. It will pay rich dividends for you. See, body is also waiting for you to do this thing, Srividya. It wants you to start. Once you start, things will automatically fall in place. Never ever think that you can't do anything. Everything a woman can achieve and do, Srividya. She's got it in her. There's no two ways about it. Yeah.
Very positive and powerful words, Auntie.
Yes.
I keep talking to a lot of women every day, and this is what they share with me. It's very concerning because in my 30s I went through it, right? 17 years later, nothing much has changed in terms of the lives of women. Uh, a few of them were really interested, but then they said, "Hey, I have to ask my husband," or my husband said no. I have to ask my in-laws. My in-laws have said no. I have to ask my parents. I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be able to join. Right? So it's really concerning that this is not about you joining my program, right?
Exactly.
So this is,
Exactly.
I'm not marketing my program, I'm marketing change, the
Yeah.
change that
You
is
need to do it. Yeah.
right, the change that needs to happen in your lifestyle, so that for in some cases it can be preventive, right? It doesn't have to be that you have to go through all the sufferings that the other person has gone through to undergo this change. You can, learn by experience, learn by looking at other people, learn, because once you take care of your health now, it can be a preventive measure and an investment towards your future health.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
What would you like to say for that, auntie, people who are lacking that family support?
See, what I'm saying, lacking the family support is mostly, I think, was one thing, like, the people around you don't want you to progress and give you that independence to decide. I think they are deep down scared. Like, if she takes the first step towards being independent this way, all other decisions also she will not be consulting the family, or not listening to what the elders say in the house, or not respecting her husband or her in-laws. No, it is not that. First and foremost, you're a woman. You have to be good for your own self. See, all others came later to you in your life. Okay, you as a woman, for your own self, for your own health. No point in taking hefty insurances when you don't insure your own health yourself, isn't it, Srividya? See, what that requires, nothing, doesn't need money, doesn't need anything for you. You just need to give time for yourself, which I think you should. Any understanding husband, any understanding in-law will only be too happy to let the woman of the house take some time for herself. They let her do what she has to do. And she has a right reason. She's not doing anything illegal. She's not doing anything wrong. She's not doing anything which she has to feel bad for. She's just investing in her own mental and physical well-being, which in turn you people are going to reap. If you have a happy woman in the house, the entire household is happy, Srividya. Today you were down with corona, 1 week or 10 days you were down. What a turmoil it created at home, I can understand. See, it's always woman who's the fulcrum. If she's not well, she's not able to do, the entire family will collapse. See, when a man is not there, somehow you can manage. You can be a father, mother, wife, sister, everything. But being a woman and handling the entire house, only a woman can do it, Srividya. So I feel, please be selfish about your health. Don't think twice. And don't think, okay, even if it is late, let it not be later than this. Start now, start tomorrow. Let's not wait. For what are you waiting for? Ultimately, it is only for your health. You wouldn't want, no woman would want somebody to do something for her, Srividya. She's been far too independent doing her stuff herself. Tomorrow, if you're not able to do and you have to depend on somebody, imagine how that would affect you. So don't give room for that. So start doing things so that you, till your last, are able to do what you want to do by yourself, not depending on anybody. So this is my this thing to people out there. No, don't wait. Start. Do it
Thank you,
immediately.
auntie. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure a lot of the
I
women who
hope
are
so.
watching
I
will benefit
sincerely
a
hope so.
lot from your positivity and strong mental skills that you've given this to all of them. Um, the ladies who are watching us, I'm sure you can take a page out of Usha Auntie's life and understand how important it is to take care of ourselves while we can.
Yes.
Please talk to your family members, explain to them your daily struggles, and get their support and encouragement to take
Yes.
care of your health
Correct.
for yourself, not because you can take care of others.
Others, at least
You
for you.
deserve to be happy. You
Correct.
deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be fit to do what you want to do. So while doing that, please do yourselves a favor and operate with a long-term mindset.
Uh,
Please say no to fad diets, drastic calorie cuts, detoxes, and juice cleanses.
correct.
Please understand that your body goes through a lot of stress every time you do it, messes with your hormones, and makes it even harder to lose weight and improve your health when you finally settle on the right option for you. Look for a sustainable lifestyle transformation that takes into account your food and environment triggers, thoughts, emotions, mindset, and beliefs while also working on nutrition, exercise, sleep, and stress management. If you're unsure about how to go about this on your own, please work with a coach who has a systematic and a structured habit based approach and has experience working with women who go through these challenges. If you're interested in working with me, please reach out and we can have a conversation around how we can both collaborate and work together. Usha Auntie, thank you so much for sharing your time and insights with us.
It was my pleasure, Srividya. It was so nice. I was able to talk with you, and I only hope women out there, please don't be apprehensive. Please take the small step, as she rightly said, Srividya. Go to somebody who's well equipped and which is a long-term sustainable thing. Don't go to these shortcut methods, nothing work that way. Nothing like hard work pays off, like, the only hard work will pay you. So please look into something which is desirable for you. And I personally would like you people to please get into somebody like Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is one person who will help you because she's done so many women she's handled and diverse kind of problems. She'll be able to help you. I'm not marketing Sri Vidya, please don't write. But having known with her, worked with her closely, I've come to know that she's one person who can understand you exactly. And she's a South Indian. She knows our food habits. She knows what we eat. So you don't have to explain to her what a kuttu is, what an avial is, what a poriyal is. She gets it immediately. The moment she knows what kind of food we eat, what we could balance, how best you can do, and all within what you do. You don't have to go buy anything except within the parameters of what you're working already. Within that, how best you can be healthy. So I request you to please look for somebody like her, like, who will be a motivating factor for you. She take care of your physical and mental issues, if any is there also. She's there to help you. So from my side, I would say it was a very, very wonderful evening for me, Sri Vidya, to spend time with you. Thank you so much for calling me for this show. And I only hope somewhere somebody is listening and this talk between us has motivated them to take off a step. That would be a wonderful thing, Sri Vidya. Thank you so much, Kanna. Thank you.
I really hope this gets across to all the women who are watching us. This is Sri Vidya Gauri and Usha Kumar signing off, reminding you to eat well, move daily, stay happy, and keep it really simple. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe. Until next time, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.